This lesson overviews how to connect rules and alarms to trigger when a video analytics event occurs. Rules trigger specific actions when an event occurs, such as sending an email to a user or a group of users. Alarms notify users or groups when a video analytics event occurs. This lesson demonstrates how to set up rules and alarms for video analytic events. After completing this lesson, you'll be able to set up an alarm and configure a rule for a video analytics event. This module overviews how to set up alarms for video analytic events. Alarms notify users or groups when a video analytics event occurs. Accurate alarm notifications can help you react quickly to events and can help minimize false alarms. After completing this module, you'll be able to set up an alarm for a video analytics event. This feature is available in these editions of ACC software. In the Site Setup tab, click the highlighted button. When the alarm dialog box opens, click here to create a new alarm. In the dialog box that loads, select the trigger source. In this demonstration, we'll select this trigger source in the drop-down menu. Next, you will need to select a camera. For this demonstration, we will use the highlighted camera. Select it now. Click the highlighted button to continue. We will now select the camera with which to link this alarm. You can link any camera connected to your site or any that you have access to. In this demonstration, we'll select this camera. If you want the video to automatically display when the alarm is triggered, select the highlighted checkbox. Adjust this field to set the amount of time that is recorded prior to the alarm. This field sets the recording duration once the alarm is triggered. Click here to continue. In this dialog box, you can select the groups and users that will receive alarm notifications. Click the highlighted button to add recipients. Here, you can select all recipient users and groups. You can use the search bar at the top of the window to quickly find the user or group you want. In this demonstration, we will notify the highlighted user and group. Click the highlighted button to add the selected user and group. You can assign each user a wait time. The wait time determines when the user or group will be notified of the alarm. If a user is assigned 0 hours and 0 minutes, the user will be notified immediately after the alarm occurs. If the next user is assigned a wait time of 1 hour and 0 minutes, that user is notified in 1 hour if the alarm is not acknowledged in that time. If the first user acknowledges the alarm within 1 hour, the second user is never notified of the alarm. Only users who are being notified will see the live alarm trigger. All potential alarm recipients will see the alarm once it has been acknowledged. You can also choose to play a sound when an alarm is triggered by selecting the highlighted checkbox. Check this box now. Select an alarm sound in the drop-down menu. Click here to play the sound. Once the recipients have been selected, click here to continue. You can now set the actions that must occur in order for an alarm to be acknowledged. If you require the user to add comments about the alarm, select this checkbox. You can also link a digital output to an alarm acknowledgement. To do this, select the highlighted checkbox. Then select the desired digital output in this list. For more information, refer to the Avigilon Control Center User Guide. Click the highlighted button to continue. Input the name of the alarm into the highlighted field. In this demonstration, we will input this name. You will also need to set a priority and a schedule. In this demonstration, we will leave the priority and schedule set to their defaults. For more information on priorities and schedules, refer to the Avigilon Control Center User Guide. Ensure to select the highlighted checkbox to enable the alarm, if not already enabled. Click the highlighted button to finish the alarm configuration. The dialog box displays the alarm here. You can always edit or delete alarms. To edit the alarm, first select the alarm you want to edit, and then click the highlighted button. You'll then need to go through the wizard and make the required changes. To delete an alarm, click here. To sum up, this module overviewed how to set up alarms for video analytic events. Alarms notify users or groups when a video analytics event occurs. The speed and accuracy of alarm notifications can help you react quickly to events and for false alarms to be reduced to a minimum. This module overviews how to set up rules for video analytic events. Rules trigger specific actions when a video analytics event occurs. For example, you can create a rule that sends an email when a video analytics event happens. After completing this module, you'll be able to configure a rule for a video analytics event. This feature is available in these editions of ACC software. In this demonstration, we will cover how to link a rule to an analytics event. To do this, in the Site Setup tab, click the highlighted button. When the dialog box loads, click this button. When the next dialog box appears, scroll down and click the highlighted checkbox. Then, click the highlighted link. In this dialog box, click the highlighted button. The created analytics event should appear in the list. Check the highlighted checkbox to select the event. Then click here. Then click the highlighted link to select the analytics device. In this dialog box, you can select any or specific cameras to connect the rules. Select the analytics device in which you created the analytics event. In this demonstration, we will select this device. Then click here. A rule in ACC software triggers a specific action, such as displaying a message or playing a sound when an analytics event occurs. Here, we will send an email when the analytics event occurs. Select the highlighted checkbox. Notice the text in this box changes, showing additional configuration options for the email action. We need to determine a recipient of the email. To do this, click the highlighted link. Currently, there are no email recipients listed. If user and/or group emails are already configured in the system, click here to access them. In this demonstration, we will add a new recipient's email. Click here. Enter the email address of the recipient. Now, click here to return to the Setup dialog box. The recipient's email address is now listed. Click here to send a test email. To delete an email address, select the email address you want to delete, and then click here. Click here to return to the Setup dialog box. In addition to determining who receives a notification email, you can determine the message's content by clicking this link. You can set how often the email is sent by clicking here. You can determine which camera's images are sent by clicking this link. Note that these configuration options are specific to this rule action. If you select a different rule action, such as this one, different configuration options appear in the box below. Click here to continue. Select any rule conditions here. Click here to continue, then name the rule. Enter a description of the rule in this field. We can give the rule a schedule by selecting from this drop-down list or creating a new one by clicking the highlighted button. Disable and enable the rule by clicking this checkbox. To apply the rule, click here. To set up multiple analytic events, each tied to a corresponding alarm and rule on the same camera, perform the following steps. First, create analytic events for each monitoring situation on your camera. Ensure that the name of each event accurately describes the situation. Next, create an associated alarm for each analytics event. Name the alarm with the same convention as the analytics event. Ensure that when adding or editing an alarm to correspond to an event, you have the highlighted trigger source selected. Finally, create rules that are associated to your analytic events and their alarms. Each of these rules must have the highlighted rule event enabled to associate it with the analytics event. It must also have this rule action in order for the alarm to be tied to the rule. Performing these steps will tie multiple analytic events to associated alarms and rules on the same camera. When doing this, remember to use the same naming conventions and set the trigger source, rule action, and rule event as the ones covered. To sum up, this module overviewed how to configure rules for video analytic events. Rules trigger specific actions, such as sending email notifications to users or groups when a video analytics event occurs. Access the rule configuration feature in the Site Setup tab and specify them to be tied to either all or individual cameras and events.